welcome to your 15-minute workout. So our focus today, we're going to continue again with the Pilates principles, and we've moved on to centering. So you've recently watched the Back to the Core video and learned all about the parts of the core and how they work together to create stability, to help facilitate movement. Now we're going to focus on continuing with the idea of the core. That was the idea with centering, is that all movement stems from the center or from the core. The core activates, and then all the other muscle groups create movement and move the bones. So we're going to do some exercises, some Pilates exercises that focus around creating movement, not holding everything still, that you're not meant to move like a robot or move stiffly, that you can move with ease, with grace, and keep the core activated. So come into a seated position. You can sit on a pillow, on a block, even in a chair for the first exercise. Or you can sit right here on your mat. You're going to have your legs either out with your ankles out the width of the mat. You could have your feet in a diamond shape, or you could come to a crisscross position. Your choice for the legs. The exercise we're going to be doing is called saw. Start with your arms out to a T. And we're just going to practice the spine twist aspect of this first. So as you breathe in, you're going to twist to the right, sitting nice and tall on top of your sit bones, and you're aiming your left fingertips in the direction of your right toes, and you're reaching the right hand back, trying to get into a center, the opposite direction, and then come back to center as you exhale. Inhale, twist to the left, reaching the right fingertips in the direction of the left toes, bringing that left hand back as far as it will go, and come back to center. Now adding in the saw aspect of it. You're going to inhale and twist. As you exhale, you're going to reach your left fingertips forward in the direction and over your pinky toe. As you rotate the right thumb down, bringing the chin into your throat, keeping the left sit bone heavy, and then roll back up, keeping the twist. Rotate the right thumb to face back up, and come back to center. Inhale and twist left, and reach the right fingertips kind of over and essentially past the pinky toe on the left foot, and aiming the left thumb down, and then roll back up. Rotate the left arm so the thumb points up, and then come back to center. And again, inhale and twist, and that rotation of the thumb down is the entire arm rotating in. And then roll back up, rotate that arm back out, and come back to center. And again to the left, exhale, drawing the navel into your spine, activating that core, but even this axial elongation is activating the multifidi, so your core is still activated, whether it's on an inhale or on an exhale. And last time to the left. Keeping the sit bones heavy. And come back to center. Now come to lying on your back. We're doing an exercise called crisscross. Open your arms out, or not crisscross. Pendulum. Crisscross will come later. We'll do crisscross. Pendulum, you're going to bring both legs into tabletop. Pressing the inner thighs together. Imagine they're soup glued to each other. The toes can be pointed or the feet can be flexed, whichever you prefer. And you're going to keep the arms and the shoulder blades heavy on the floor. Palms facing up. You're going to lift the left hip away from the floor. So the left hip comes up, the left knee's reaching up and over to the right. To sway to the right, like a pendulum on a grandfather clock. Keeping the left shoulder blade down, and draw your navel into your spine to bring your pelvis back. Inhale, pick up the right side of the pelvis, reach the right knee over to the left as you inhale. And exhale, draw your navel in. And I'm doing this, an inhale to sway and exhale to come back, but you can, if you want to go a little slower, you could prep with an inhale, exhale and sway, stay for an inhale, and then come back if you want to extend the length of time that you're in the twist. So the breathing pattern can change depending on how slow or fast you're going to be doing your pendulum. One more right. and left. Now changing this, swaying side to side into a circle, place your palms down by your sides, and then slide them away from your sides just a few inches, off onto the edges of your mat or off onto the floor. We're going to start with a modified corkscrew. You're going to sway the knees to the right, just like you did on pendulum. You're going to take the knees, draw a circle down, come back into neutral with both sides of the pelvis on the mat, and the right side of the pelvis comes up, and come back to where you started. Try the other way. Inhale, exhale. Similar idea as leg circles. It's essentially a double leg circle of sorts. So the left hip comes off, circle around, right hip comes off, and come back to the mat. Last one like this to the left. Keeping your neutral pelvis, watching that you don't come into spine extension as you circle around. You can either do another couple of sets with the knees bent, or here is officially modified corkscrew. You're going to sway the legs to the right, circle them down, over to the left, and back up where you started. So the right hip comes off, pelvis comes back, in neutral, left hip comes off, pelvis comes back to the mat. One more set, squeezing the legs together. Last one. And then bend your knees and lower your feet. While we're here, we're going to do a bridge. Place your palms down by your sides, and we're going to do an articulated bridge. So that's rolling through the spine, not just lifting and lowering in neutral. We're going to lift starting with the tailbone and roll up until you're resting on your shoulders, and then we'll reverse and roll back down. So draw your navel in towards your spine, bring your spine to the mat, imprint the spine. Peel the tailbone off the sacrum, send your kneecaps forward over your toes, bringing up the thoracic spine until you're resting on your shoulder blades, lifting from your gluteal folds. Keep the legs working as you relax your chest, so relaxing the sternum, relaxing the upper spine, relaxing down one vertebra at a time. Keep reaching the sit bones forward to create space between the vertebrae. You have lots of room for them to come back onto the mat and then float back into neutral. And again, draw your navel in towards your spine to peel the tailbone off. And imagine peeling a banana. Peel your spine up off of the mat. And then have the legs stay activated so the spine can relax all the way back down. One more time. Trying to fight the urge to force the spine down into the mat. Try to relax it down onto the mat. Allow the lengthening of the spine and the effort from the legs. Allow the spine to soften and relax. And then end back up in neutral. Come back up to sitting. One more sitting exercise. This is called can-can. It is similar to pendulum. It's just a seated version. So you're going to have your hands slightly behind you, fingers pointed in opposite directions. Your sternum is lifting. You can always walk the hands further back or further out to make it easier. And you're going to come onto your tippy toes and bring the legs into tabletop. As you inhale, you're going to sway the knees to the right, lifting up the left hip. And exhale, bring your pelvis back to the mat. Sway your knees left, picking up the right hip. And exhale, come back to the mat. Now the hard part is keeping the elbow straight and not allowing an elbow to bend to make it easier to sway. One more set, keeping the sternum lifting, collarbones wide. Last one. And lower your feet back down. Come onto your stomach. You're going to have your legs just about 3 inches apart. Kneecaps pointed down. Navel into your spine. As you inhale, float your forehead off. You're going to lengthen your spine, lift your chin, lift your sternum, come into mini swan. You're going to float the arms off. Reach the arms forward. And reach the right arm back. So you're reaching back towards your right foot and swing it back over your head. And then reach over to the left, reaching for your left foot. So a little side bend in spine extension. And the navel still drawing in to give support to your lower back to help facilitate this movement. One more time to the right and one more time to the left. Bend the elbows, lower your arms, and lower back down to your forehead. Now coming onto your side for banana. So a little more side bending. Keep your bottom arms palm facing down. Top arm palm is going to be resting down in front of your sternum. Legs are squeezed together. Let's point our toes. And you're going to lift your head, lift your legs, shorten your top waist, and then lower back down. Bringing the side ribs and the side of the hip towards each other, shortening the waist, and then lower. 2 more like this. Navel into your spine. 1 more, and then we're going to make the balance challenge a little more challenging. So turn your bottom palm to face up. As you lift your head and as you lift your legs, you're going to lift the bottom arm as well. Reaching the fingers out as you reach the feet out, and then lower back down. And then repeat that. Trying to bend just the side, not allowing the hips to roll forward or backwards. And for 1 extra challenge, you're going to stay lifted in banana. Lift the top leg and lower it. And lift it and lower it. 2 more. Last one. And lower back down. Come to sitting, roll to the other side. Bottom palm is facing down. And top palm is up, resting down in front of your sternum. Legs are squeezing together. You're going to lift your head, lift your legs, and then lower back down. And then repeat that. 2 more like this. And 1 more. For the extra challenge, turn the bottom palm to face up. And as you lift your head and your legs, try to lift the bottom hand and arm away from the floor. And repeat that. You may notice the one side of your body does this better than the other. Last one, you're going to stay there. Lift the top leg and lower. And lift it and lower it. 2 more. And last one. And lower back down. And last exercise we're going to do. Most ones we've done today have had lots of twisting and turning in the midsection just to show that you can engage your core and have mobility. The next one is going to be a nice stable spine, but that because of that stability, it allows for you to move your shoulders and your hips freely. So coming onto hands and knees, turn your toes under, come into downward dog. Knees can be bent or straight, whatever is comfy for you. Feet are in line with your sit bones, heels are hanging heavy down towards the mat. And come forward into a plank. So you're extending in the hips, extending in the shoulders, navel's drawing in, and then lead with the tail and sit bones back. And once again, you can feel free to bend the knees if that feels better on your hamstrings and calves. And again, come forward, leading with the sternum and the top of the head. And then come back up. 1 more. And stay here. You're going to push with your toes and pull back with your heels. Just for another variation in a plank. Keeping the sternum lifting away from the mat. The navel drawing in towards your spine. 4 more. 2 more. Last one. Lower your knees and sit back on your heels. And you're all done.